Stephen, could you tell us how you have been promoting lifelong learning for all through the type of training that you have done?
I think a lot of us are contributing to the Sustainable Development Goals without actually knowing it. And there's many ways in which we are. And at the Global Hospital and Research Centre, we've been involved with a program called Values in Healthcare, a spiritual approach, for the last 10 years. And over those last 10 years, we've trained at least 5,000 people from 12 different states all over India. And it's a very empowering program which gives, it's a facilitated program which really helps healthcare professionals explore what are the reasons why they originally became involved in their healthcare profession. Not only that, it gives them a whole heap of skills in which they can handle the routine stress of working in the healthcare professions, but a range of other different skills which are related to other sustainable development goals, because we feel that when we sow the seeds in one individual around being more resilient, about being more ethical, about being more values-based, and they go back and work in another healthcare institution, then we're slowly spreading the capabilities of being a more just, being a more contributing healthcare professionals all over the world. So there's such simple things that we can do to contribute to sustainable development goals through something like Values in Healthcare, which is really helping people to become more lifelong learners. So rather than just stopping with their degree, rather than just stopping with the skills that they've been taught at university, how do they continually learn about themselves? How do they continually be the best that they possibly can and be more compassionate towards the people that they're caring for and the people that they're healing? So I really encourage you just to think deeply about how in your day-to-day life, how you're contributing to the Sustainable Development Goals. And it's a simple thing for you to do. For the last 10 years, I've been involved in a program called Values in Healthcare, a spiritual approach. This has been a real life changer, a game changer for me personally. It's a facilitated learning program, but it's really helped me change the way I lead, the way I interact with others, but also most importantly, how I handle my stress levels in a very busy and often very stressful healthcare environment. And so not only when I originally did the Values in Healthcare program, it taught me a lot about myself, but I've now been a facilitator for the last 10 years. And that's where the majority of the learning has taken place. Every time I conduct a program, I learn more about myself from the people that we're facilitating, the people that we're involved with. And that has really upped my level of resilience with respect to the profession that I've dedicated myself to for the last 30 years. And for the last 10 years, it's really changed due to this particular program. But it's really helped me and the people that we've worked with. I've watched from the beginning of a program to the end of the program. There's been such light bulbs clicking on with these people and the feedback that they give us, how that's had such an impact in their life and how they interact with their patients in the future. One significant story that comes to my mind about the power of this particular program was a couple of years ago. We had a young doctor who came to the program, and I was watching him and him interacting and seeing how much it had really ignited his passion about his profession. And so I asked him where he was working and invited him to come to our hospital and see if he'd like to work for us in the hospital. And he decided to come and join us. And over the next 2 years, he became really actively involved in this particular program, Values in Healthcare, and became more connected with what he wanted to do for the rest of his life. So a lot of discussions with him, it really ignited his passion for working in public health. So 2 years later, after doing this program and really becoming much more closely connected with what he wants to do, now he's doing his Masters in Public Health program, and also is a facilitator in Values in Healthcare, helping lots of people throughout India explore and deepen their understanding of their values and why they want to be a healthcare professional. What I've noticed in my interactions with hundreds of people that have participated in the Values in Healthcare programs, particularly those post the programs, the impact that it's had with respect to the quality of their interactions with the patients that they're treating. It's put them on a much more compassionate level. One of the exercises we do is really digging deep into what compassion is, what it looks like, what it feels like in a practical day-to-day healthcare environment, and that really brings it into the forefront of their awareness, so that when they're back in the healthcare setting, in the hospital setting, it really changes the way they interact with patients. And we've got hundreds of different stories from people how transformative this particular program is on the way they interact with patients, and at the same time that reduces their stress level and the degree of burnout that they have in the hospital setting.